Yo, what up? What's good? It's your life coach and mentor, Jonathan Belcher, aka Jadis Cree, aka Rugged Boy, aka the Truth Bringer, aka the Messenger. Nah, but let's get into it. I'm heartbroken right now, y'all. I'm so heartbroken right now. I just finished season 5 of SNOWFALL. That's probably the best series I've ever watched so far, and I got addicted, y'all. Like, I binge watched that shit straight 5 seasons, and now I gotta wait till season 6 drop. So I'm going through some withdrawal right now. SNOWFALL is crazy, yo. It's neck and neck with Power. Like, I think it's a little better than Power to me because it's very informative. I think it's very educational, and it's based on real life events in history. But SNOWFALL, you gotta watch that. Like, Franklin, come on. Talk about a king, a real G. You know, you got Franklin, you got Jerome, you got Louis, you got Reed Thompson, he plays the CIA agent. You got Gustavo. All of these characters, and basically what SNOWFALL is depicting, I'm not going to give it away the whole series, but it does a great job to depict how those powers that be inflict harm on people to benefit. You know what I mean? And this is based off a real occurrence back in the 1980s. You know what I mean? The cocaine era in LA. And SNOWFALL is based off really the life of Rick Ross, I think. I think Franklin is supposed to be Rick Ross, Rick Ross was a real drug dealer in the 1980s in LA. You know, distributing rock cocaine. But guess who his boss was? Guess who his boss was? Guess who this drug kingpin was getting the drugs from to sell it to the people? The Govy. The Govy. Peep how parasitic of a system that is. Peep how demonic of a cycle that is, that they created. So essentially what the Govy needed was money to fight the Nicaraguan war, right? This is kind of the plot. In the Nicaraguan war, the Americans were going against the Contras. Or no, they were providing guns, you know, to fight the Contras, if I'm not mistaken. And it's crazy to think about because it's like, here we have a black guy making millions of dollars, and he's getting his product from the very people who are supposed to be the people who protect the people. Where they do that at? Where they do that at? So check out how sick this is. You got a man growing up in an impoverished neighborhood in LA, gets a plug, gets products from the secret society, CIA, and then starts dealing it to his people on the streets. He gets rich, but his people, the people in the streets in these black communities, were becoming bums. They were becoming drug addicts. They were ruining their future, ruining their lives. And the CIA let it go down. The Govy let it go down. They let it go down. They let it happen. Just think about that for a second. Think about it for a second. 300 to freedom, baby. They don't like when I talk like this. But it's so crazy how years later they admit to doing this shit. They admit to funneling drugs into the black communities. And then turn around and lock up the drug dealer kingpin who was getting the drugs from them. Think about how sick that is. And this is why I come to my YouTube channel and I can't just talk with you about business. That's boring. Boring. You can't box me in. I'm a unicorn, baby. You can't box me in. I ain't gonna just talk about business all day, baby. I ain't gonna do that. We gotta talk about life. And we gotta peep what's going on around us. We gotta know who we dealing with. Because if you don't know who you dealing with, you're gonna forever be tricked. You're gonna forever be deceived. You gotta know who you dealing with. All you gotta do is peep history. It's all there. It's all there, the evil demonic stuff that they've done to people to keep people trapped and enslaved and chasing a carrot. But like this season, like this series is fire. Like I'm telling you, it's an amazing series. Next year they say season 6 is coming out. I can't wait for that. I binge watched the first 5 seasons so fast. But it essentially shows you how this drug dealer, this drug kingpin was being controlled by the government. And he didn't even realize at first that he was working for them. He didn't even realize at first that he was getting product from them. That was who he was dealing with. Till he put 2 and 2 together and realized that, well, how the fuck are they able to get all this cocaine, number one? How can they constantly bring me cocaine to sell to people on the streets? And then, of course, he figured out a way to create more profits with the business, the kingpin, right? In LA at the time. This is 1980s. He figured out a way to create more profits by allowing for poor people and middle class people to be able to afford the rock, right? The crack cocaine. But peep what's going on though. How is the Gubby supplying the drug dealer with the bad product that's hurting the communities? The only one who's benefiting from this whole situation, the only one who's benefiting from this whole fiasco. This was going on for years. Sure, people got rich, but they used black drug dealers and as well as other drug dealers as well, Spanish drug dealers, whatever, but usually black and Spanish 9 times out of 10. And they had some like other people, you know. Basically, what the Gubby had was a whole line of people they were serving. And those people were to distribute the drugs to wherever they could distribute it at. But mainly who was affected was the black communities. Because not only did the people become drug addicts, not only did the people ruin their future, not only did people lose their families and lose their parents, and kids were left out on their own, but also the very same people who were working for them, they turned around and threw them in jail. The country threw them in jail, threw them under the jail. Isn't that sick? That's some sick shit. You gotta know who you're dealing with. This is real life. This is real life. This is in history. You can research it. You can look it up. This is what they was doing. Pumping drugs into the impoverished neighborhoods. And acting like they ain't know where the hell the drugs was coming from. Where they do that at? Drop a comment below, man. Let me know your thoughts on this, on how you feel. Because if you think for a second they ain't still operating like this and with different things today, you are sadly mistaken. You gotta wake up. And I hate the term being woke, but I mean, it's clear as day what's going on. When you have series literally depicting what was happening, and up to this day, there was no accountability for the lives they ruined, for the people who are in jail up to this day. There's no accountability. These government groups and the white man got to walk off in the sunset. They were making millions of dollars off the backs of these drug dealers who were risking their life every single day, dying, killing people, causing neighborhood beef and gang wars for these drugs. And they knew it. And yet and still, they denied it until years passed. And then Rick Ross came out saying how, you know, he's the real drug dealer who Franklin in the show was depicting. The real drug dealer came out and said that he should be free because it was the Gubby who was supplying him with the products to sell. He wouldn't be rich if it wasn't for the government giving him the products. Where they do that at? That's like a sick-ass cycle when you really think about it. You know what I mean? Really, like if you really think about it, that's a sick-ass cycle. So we got to know what's going on in the world and who we dealing with. Because if you don't know what's going on in the world and who you dealing with, you're not going to understand why you may be in bondage. You're not going to understand why sometimes you may feel trapped, or why you may feel like there's something limiting or controlling or really trying to get you off your game. You're not going to understand that. But when you understand what's going on in these high places, and you understand how that trickles down and affects people and kids and communities, and they don't give a flying fuck about it. Not only do they not give a flying fuck about it, but they strip everything from these drug dealers. They take every penny, dime, house, property, company from them when they were the ones who were supplying them. It's some sick shit. It's some sick shit. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. Drop a like if you feeling this video. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, actually. I ain't gonna just talk about business all the time. I feel like that's boring. You know what I mean? We need some... I'm tired of the robots in the world. We need some real human beings out here who gonna talk about some real shit. You know what I mean? 300 to freedom, baby. We ain't gonna kick that nonsense, that fake information, that gimmick stuff. We ain't doing that on this side. If you want that, you gotta go somewhere else. We ain't doing that on this channel. But you know what I mean? Like, I love the depiction in the series. It was great to me. It showed a lot of with the black culture, as well as the Spanish, as well as the government's hand. They show a lot of little intricacies to what was going on at that time in that show. So if you want to learn more about what was going on in the crack era, the rock era in the 80s, and where these drug dealers were getting all this money, these drugs from, make sure to check out Snowfall. You know, and if you already saw Snowfall, drop your comments below. Let me know your opinion on this. Do you think that those who are providing the drug dealers with the drugs should be taking some responsibility and some accountability for the fucked up shit they was doing? Do you think so? Like, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think of that. Because to me, it's sick and demonic. It's a sick and demonic cycle to me, you ask me. Because all you're doing is using people to gain money, to go kill off more other people, and you're not taking no responsibility for it. That shit crazy when you think about it. And then they put the microscope on the drug dealers and create this war on drugs. That's the sicker part about it. They created this war on drugs, a fabricated war on drugs. Guess who created the war on drugs? Them. Yo, I'm laughing. This shit ain't funny though. These sick motherfuckers are the ones who created this war and acted like now they gotta infiltrate and stop this gangbanging and these drugs on the street. We gotta go stop this because it's hurting families. Y'all never gave a fuck. Y'all was the one who hurt them. And then mad years went by, they kept denying it, lying, and then finally they admitted it. They admitted that they were the ones indeed supplying these drug dealers on the streets with the drugs to serve to their very own people. Guess what? They would not have allowed no black people to do that in no white communities. I guarantee you that. They would not have allowed that. They would not have allowed. So a lot of times we're looking at things and why they are the way they are. Oh, why black people act the way they do. Why they so rowdy, why they ghetto and all of this stuff. We might ask these questions, but peep the history. A lot of these kids never had a dad. A lot of these kids lost their brothers. They lost their cousins. They lost their friends. A lot of these kids lost a lot of people to this war on drugs. So if you don't have no backbone to the family, how the hell you going to have accurate guidance? How you going to know how to make proper decisions in life? All you going to do is look to the streets for the father figure that you never had. That's all you're going to do. It's by design. You know what I'm saying? It's by design. Drop a comment below if you feel what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. This shit is real shit. If you do research on this, you're going to find this to be true. Shit is crazy, man. Like, sometimes I look at the world every day and I be laughing to myself because this shit is a joke. It should be a joke, man. You know, it's like they tell you one story, but you got to take the story with a grain of salt because it'd be deeper than that story, you know. And I really feel like Snowfall, whoever was the director, they did a great job depicting just the evil nature of some of those people who are in powerful positions. And as well as the drug dealers have certain demons to face as well, because they were the ones serving their own people and getting their own people hooked. But what it was they were broke, they were poor, so they wanted to make money. So they were serving people the drugs, crack cocaine, to make money, create a better life for their family, you know, try to open up some legitimate business, all to get slapped and get everything destroyed by the very same people who was giving them the drugs. Where they do that at? It's crazy, yo. It's crazy when you think about it. But yeah, you can't box me in, y'all. Don't try to box me in. Some people just want me to talk about business on my channel. Nah, I gotta go to 100,000 subscribers, baby. The only way we could do that, I gotta talk about life. I gotta talk about what's really going on out here. Talk about things that help you to become aware. The more aware you are, the more in tune you are, the better you can move. You know, but understand that there's forces outside of your control that have their goals, their interests, and certain things they're trying to accomplish. However they spin the story to you to get their goals accomplished is a whole nother ball game. It's a whole nother ball game. But I can't wait for season 6 right now. Like I can't wait. I wish it was 2023 right now, because I would binge watch the whole season 6 of SNOWFALL. I mean, it's so good. I didn't want to give it away exactly what was happening in the show, but make sure to check it out if you haven't checked it out. And if you have saw SNOWFALL before, drop a comment below. Franklin, he's a king, man. I like the way Franklin thinks. I like the way he moves with certain things. You know, even though he made mistakes, he tried his best. And I respect a man who's trying his best. And they put him on a ship, and they didn't let him know that the ship was sinking. That's what the government did to him. They put him on a ship, had him making money, and didn't let him know that the ship was sinking. Now, I don't know what's going to happen in season 6, because I didn't see the end, like no demise to Franklin, who's playing Ricky Rose, right? Playing Rick Ross, right? Supposedly. I didn't see no demise, like, yet. So I'm waiting to see what happens in season 6. I got my predictions, but I ain't going to share too much of it. But that's really what I want to share with you guys today, man, just so you know who you're dealing with out here. And the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. There's a lot of insane people out here. They'll see the same things happening over and over again in history. Same shit, same play happen over and over again in history, and still fucking get tricked. Still get deceived. Still believe in the hype and the nonsense. After history keeps showing them who they're dealing with. If history keeps showing you who the people are that you're dealing with, and you keep trusting in those people, you have to at some point look in the mirror. It's just like anything in life. If you're in business and you keep doing the same thing over and over again, and you ain't getting no better results, you ain't changing your finances, you ain't making more sales, it's insane to keep doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just like anything else. Definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. I'm going to see you in the next video. This is Jonathan Belcher. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell button so you can be notified immediately whenever I make videos like this. But as well, every single week I do a live call called the Empower 300. It is a personal development, mental development, spiritual development product where every week I have a live team call and I speak for about an hour, and all of these audios are recorded and they're collected inside of the Empower 300 product just to help you to know how to move in life, know how to move in business, know how to get the results you want in life and business. Because I really feel like a lot of school failed us because they taught us a lot of facts, but they ain't talk about life. They ain't show us about life. They ain't show us about the secrets and just how certain things are used, like the puppetry going on. They ain't gonna talk about that. So you gotta seek certain information on your own to know who you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see y'all later though. Peace out.